Okay, this is Dave Daly for DowntownLakeOswego.com. We are so excited to bring you one of the longest standing businesses here in downtown Lake Oswego, Graham's Books and Stationery. And I have with us here the owners, Terry and Paul. And Paul,
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here.
It's amazing. For you audiences, I'm standing in 8,500 square feet of a huge array of anything that has to do with paper. It seems like it's here, or a supply. So the long-standing story of Graham's. Paul, tell us how long it's been here and how did it come to be?
In 1957, Wally and Norma Graham, my parents, opened a store at the Village Shopping Center off of State Street. And then we followed a few years later and moved to Lake Oswego from southwest Portland into this spot where we're standing.
Wow.
Into the house that was here. Then eventually, my parents moved the house off the lot. We went with it, and this store got built. That was building one.
Wow. And Terry, you mentioned that they kind of sought you from a long ways away to come be a part of this business. What's that story?
Well, after we got married, we taught in Germany for a couple of years, taught English to German students, and Wally and Norma came for a trip and they said, you know, we're about ready to retire. Wouldn't you guys like to try out our business see how it fit? And so we came home, and 37 years later, we're still doing it.
The rest is history, folks. And it's really great to showcase all of the people and places here of the downtown district. And it's really a unique thing about merging not only the history and the legacy of the store, but you kind of have also the latest products, green products. It's really a huge diversity of products that you have here. And I think to kind of just showcase categorically, they've got your basic stationery from A to Z, to weddings, announcements, to paper products. But tell us kind of for our audiences the overview of, say, someone calls you on the phone and says, hey, what can we provide you at Graham's?
Over half of what we provide are office supplies and school supplies and legal forms. And then we move into our gifts. What would you say about our gifts, Terry?
Well, we have a philosophy that the gift should be at least somewhat functional. And in the last few years, we've kind of looked at each other on our buying trips and said, well, would we take that home? And if the answer is, well, yeah, we might, then oftentimes we'll add it to our inventory, just using that kind of as the acid test.
Wonderful. And you know, we always like to show how local businesses give back. You guys have kind of a neat story we found out with some local schools in providing those back-to-school supplies. Tell us how that came together.
We've sold school supplies for actually generations, and we have the third generation now in here getting their school supplies. But we work with some of our elementary schools in providing school packs. So when the kids go back to school on day one, all their supplies are in the bag. Parents didn't have to go to 16 different stores. They got it all at Graham's. It's all ready for their child, along with a rebate to the school.
Wow. That's a smart reason for buying local.
And for those kids who like to shop, we do stock all the items on the list, because there are kids who that's part of going back to school, is to come in and buy their supplies. And so if they're not buying it as a pack, they can certainly come in and find all those items.
And you know, we're not really going to do it justice to really bring you the full array of what Graham's is, but we're creating a Facebook page and filling it with many albums of all the different categories. You'll be able to see store-wide shots, street scene in case you haven't been here recently. We really want to help you get oriented with the 8,500 square feet that Graham's can provide you.
That's also filled with pens and writing instruments, filled with children and family games.
Art supplies.
Bookstore.
And books, that's right. It's all here.
It's wonderful. Well, you know, this downtown district has a rich heritage. It's one of the most beautiful districts in the state of Oregon, tree-lined. And how do you feel about being a part of this downtown district?
This is a fantastic community to be a part of. We have so many amenities, so many resources, and so many good people. constantly working to make the community better. It's a great place to live, work, and play.
Wonderful. And so I want to leave you with a personal story. We acquire some sucker hooks that we hang on windows for our Like Us on Facebook posters, and their pricing here was a third of what I found at local surrounding stores. So it's great that we have you standing behind the products, a long-standing history, but their prices were great in my book. So thanks for having us here today.
And you know the reason we can do that is
How?
because we're part of a national buying group that gives us buying power that we just pass on to our customers in lower prices. And it surprises a lot of people that we are lower than lots of box store items.
Fantastic. And we don't want to forget there's a special sale going on that we'd like to showcase here for the month of July. How is that coming together?
Well, this is in collaboration with the Lake Oswego Arts Festival, and our part is we have an in-store art supply sale. It has everything from brushes and paints to all kinds of easels and art pads. So it's a great time to stock up and a great time for kids to find something fun to do for the summer.
Excellent. So not only for all your art supplies, your office supplies, school supplies, they have it all here at Graham's. And again, thank you, Terry and Paul, for having us.
Thank you, Dave.
We're glad that you're part of our downtown district.
We'll see you again.
You bet.